Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Manchester United have a Thrash Athletic Club 4-1 on the night and a 7-1 on aggregate as they have reached the Europa League final. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. I mean, it was a quite a weird game of football, if I'm being very honest with you. I mean, the tie could be summed up on basically just one thing, that Athletic Club were wasteful in the final tie. That basically was the reason that, in my opinion, that they are not in the final. To be very honest with you, even tonight's game. The game starts, and I think Athletic Club were a much better side in the first half. They created more chances as compared to Manchester United. They took the game to United. United were really happy to let Athletic Club have the ball. They defended very well. I'm going to give credit to Manchester United. Off the ball, they were really good in that first half. They showed quite a lot of composure. Their structure, the way that their positioning was for a lot of them. The full team, it felt like they were defending together, which has not been the case for Manchester United. But tonight they were really good. And they made it hard for Athletic Club. Athletic Club themselves, they came close. They created chances, but most of them were half-hearted chances. In the final third, they were really poor. They're nothing substantial. Onana really did not have to make any really good saves, or the defense was not really put into pressure. They were not really questioned that much by Athletic Clubs. They were really wasteful. Long range shoots, misplaced passes, and hesitancy was shown quite a lot by Athletic Club. They ended up conceding, scoring a goal, which was again a long range shoot, and you need to question Onana again in that regard. I think that never should have been a goal. The goalkeeper had a lot of time to save that. It is Onana, and the question marks are on there about him. And I think this is going to be another game where he's lucky, in my opinion, that Manchester United ended up winning the game in such a comfortable way. But otherwise, if Manchester United had lost again, the question marks would have been on him, and there still should be question marks, because that ball should not go into the back of his net. I mean, it was on a really good height as well, and it was not it's not like it was the pace of the ball was that much as well. It was a good height and normal pace. He should have really made that save, but he misses it again. It becomes 1-0 on the 30-minute mark, and you're thinking, maybe Athletic Club have a chance, because they were the only team that were trying to create anything. What made it look like it's going to be a long night for Manchester United was that miss by Garnacho, where he beats everybody, dinks the goalkeeper, and he misses an open net, and the game remains 1-0. And at that moment, I thought, something might happen here. But luckily for Manchester United, it really did not happen. Second half comes in, and then they took the offensive. I think they played really good. Amorim, of course, he would have said that defensive work is done, in my opinion. You could just see the way that they played the two halves, that the tactics and what the manager had told them was quite different for the two halves. Second half, they come in, they were much better on the ball. They wanted to attack, and they started off very well. They started creating chances, and they started to put Athletic Club under pressure, which they really did not do in the first half. They were a lot of 50-50s in that second half. They were much more physical. They were much more, they were pressing a lot better as compared to the first half, because they really did not want Athletic Club to settle, and that really helped them, because Athletic Club, even though they were quite settled and they were making chances in the first half, and they did not take it. I'm gonna say it again, that because they were so wasteful in that in the final, in the first half, that gave Manchester United a lot of confidence. But Emery made sure in the second half they don't get that many chances. They're not able to create that many chances in the second half, and United themselves, the more the game was gonna stay 1-0 and like that, the more they were Manchester Athletic Club were gonna be under pressure. They were gonna start making mistakes, and the longer United were able to keep the score at 1-0, it was gonna happen, and that's what they did. With just 20 minutes to go, you are still 1-0 up. You still have to score 2 goals, and Athletic Club kept getting players forward, and Manchester United got a chance. I mean, it was a really well worked goal. Euro gets the ball to Mason Mount, the way he gets the ball, flips it over the other side, turns around and takes the shot, makes it 1-1. And I knew at that time that the tie was done. It was not going to be easy for Athletic Club, and we just saw, why it was going to be easy, because for that 2 goals became 3 goals, and it started to become, hard and hard for Athletic Club, because actually scoring 3 goals is not an easy game, and they started putting more and more players forward, and it became easy for Manchester United to hit them on the counter-attack. They started making mistakes. The second goal, that set piece goal, Casemiro scoring that second one becomes a 2-0, and that was done. Hoyland scores the third goal, and to add salt, salt to the wounds of Athletic Club players and fans. Mason Mount scores from the halfway line, and goalkeeper is out of his place. It was a 4-1 on the night, and as I said, 7-1 on aggregate. I'll be very honest, I think that Manchester United really deserved to win that game, and in my opinion, they deserved to win the tie as well. They were not that good in the first leg, but in the second leg, I think they played to their advantage. They played to their potential, and I would say Amorim, got one over Valverde. Tactically he beat him tonight, and I think that's what really got them over the line. Because he was in the first leg, I thought that Valverde was much better tactically. His tactics were spot on, but they were just not really able to kill the game, and that red card finished them off. Manchester United took advantage of that. But tonight, Amorim was much better. The way he galvanized the team, the way he set up his team, I think it was much better. And Valverde was not really able to beat him tonight, and Manchester United took advantage of that. They win the game comfortably, and I think they really needed it. They are in the semi-final. They are now in the final of Europa League. It is going to be interesting. Their domestic season has been, a one to forget for every Manchester United Manchester United fan, to be very honest. And this is their best chance to not only win a trophy. That's not the big. It's a good thing that they are going to win a trophy. But the main thing that is they are going to be in the Champions League. And if Manchester United really want to compete, and they really want to have a go at place, they need to be in the Champions League. And Amorim needs players as well. And for that also to happen, they need them to be in the Champions League. And I think it's a big chance for them to finish to the season on a high, win the Europa League, and get into the Champions League, and then have a big summer under Amorim. But for tonight, they are going to be really happy. Mason Mount, I think he had a great game. He would be really happy coming back and scoring a brace. He scored over the weekend as well, so it's looking really good for Mason Mount. He has not been able to play this season because of his injuries, but he would hope that he can contribute to the end of the season and finish the season on high. A great night for Manchester United. They qualify for the Europa League final, but on the other hand, Athletic Club, unfortunately, it was not a really good night for them. And as I said, I think they have been amazing this season. They are fighting for Champions League places in La Liga as well, and to reach a semi-final of a European competition is always really great. But I would say the final third in the both of the leg, that really kill their chances. But yeah, a great game of football if you're a United fan. Not a good night for football if you're Athletic Club. But that's it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of United's performance, what you guys thought of Athletic Club's performance, and do you think United are going to do it, or do you think Spurs are going to be the villains of the story? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.